Guys, it's Callie. So a few weeks back, I came across a tag video from Tia and All the Books. That's a channel I'll link below. But the tag that she came up with was the book Snob Tag, and I thought the questions were kind of fun and interesting, so I thought I would answer them here. Okay, so the first question is adaptation snob. Do you always read the book before you see the movie? And I definitely don't always read the book before I see the movie. I sometimes actually will seek out the movie and watch the movie first. If it's a book that I'm kind of interested in reading but not really motivated to pick it up, but I would like to read the book, sometimes I'll go ahead and look up the movie and watch it. And if I enjoy the movie, sometimes it puts me in the mood to pick up the book, if that makes sense. So I don't have any rules really when it comes to adaptations. Okay, format snob. You can only choose one format in which to read books for the rest of your life. Which one do you choose, physical books, ebooks, or audiobooks? I had a hard time with this because I've been getting through so many books through audiobooks lately. I have 5 kids and they keep me really busy. You might even hear them playing in the background in this video. And so a lot of times it's a lot easier to get through a book if I can listen to it or while I'm doing laundry or while I'm driving or things like that. So it would be hard to give up audiobooks because that is the way I get through a lot of books right now, but I don't think I could give up holding a physical copy of a book in my hands. I think I would just be too sad to not have that, so I would probably pick physical books, even though I'd be sad to give up audiobooks too. Okay, ship snob. Would you date or marry a non-reader? And yes, I would marry or date a non-reader, and I did. My husband wouldn't really describe himself as a reader. My kids are being really loud. They're playing. He wouldn't really describe himself as a reader. He does read some, but not like a ton, not as much as I do, but I don't think that should really be a deal breaker in a relationship. People get information in different ways, and when you come down to it, reading is really just a hobby or a form of entertainment or a form of gathering information, and there are other ways to gather information and other ways to be entertained. So, and other hobbies. And I don't think you have to share every interest or every habit in order to be married and have a really successful, deep relationship. And my husband and I have plenty of good, deep conversations and things like that, even though he doesn't read the same books I do or anything like that. So I don't really think it's super necessary. I wouldn't use that as a filter. I'm going to see if I can close the door just a minute. Okay, sorry. So genre snob is the next question. You have to ditch one genre never to be read again for the rest of your life. Which one do you ditch? I would probably ditch horror because I don't really read horror books anyway. I am kind of sensitive to dark or disturbing or scary stories in general. So I don't think I would miss that because I don't really read it anyway. Uber genre snob. Next question here. You can only choose to read from one genre for the rest of your life. Which genre do you choose? I had a hard time deciding on this, but initially I was thinking nonfiction because I read a lot to learn. Like I read for entertainment, but probably my primary reason to read is to learn. So, I mean, I think I could get my learning with nonfiction, but also find plenty of books that would be entertaining and be kind of an escape to it when I needed that. But then I was thinking about all of the books that I really love, like Anne of Green Gables, Lord of the Rings, Chronicles of Narnia, things like that, that are fiction books, and that would be really sad to never read those again. So then I was thinking classics, because I feel like that encompasses a lot. You're learning important things about these important books, but also don't have to give up like the ones that I really have enjoyed, because a lot of fiction books are so worth reading too. So I would probably go between nonfiction or classics, but it's hard to pick, and I'm glad this isn't a real problem, so I don't actually have to pick because I wouldn't know what to pick. Okay, community snob. Which genre do you think receives the most snobbery from the bookish community? And I had a hard time with this question. I guess any genre could really receive snobbery from different areas of the bookish community. In my circles, it might be something more like Christian romance. I think sometimes people don't consider that genre as one that they would enjoy because sometimes the plots can be a little cliche. Sometimes they can be preachy in not a good way or include some racy things that you wouldn't really expect from a Christian romance novel. So there's different reasons why someone might not like that genre, but I wouldn't personally be snobby toward it, and I've read that genre myself because I think it serves a very specific purpose, just like a lot of genres do. I think if you want a book that's just a light read, that's something not too heavy, and that you don't have to worry so much about, you know, cleanliness or things like that. If you want a clean book, I think that Christian romance is probably the genre where it's your best bet for something like that. So so I wouldn't be snobbish toward it. I've enjoyed plenty of books from that genre, so that's my thoughts there. And snobbery recipient. Have you ever been snubbed for something that you've been reading or for reading in general? I have not. I was trying to think. I don't think anybody's ever directed a comment toward me being snobbish about my reading or a certain book that I was reading or anything. So I've never noticed that. I'm also a little oblivious to people's judgment, though, or to people's snobbery. So it's very possible that maybe I've received some snobbery and just hadn't realized it because I typically don't pay attention to that. And it might be willful ignorance because I would prefer not to know if somebody's being a little snobby at me. But anyway, if anybody has experienced some snobbery for reading or reading something specific, I'd be interested to hear that story because I don't think I've ever encountered that or witnessed that. Yeah, so I'd be interested if you have a story about that. And that's it. That's the book Snob Tag. I will link the original video with the questions down below. And then if you want to try it and answer the questions, you can get the questions there. But if you want to tell me what you would say to any of these questions, please do, because I'd be interested, especially on that last one. And I guess that's it. I will let you go and go take care of my cute kids who are being noisy, and I hope you're having a good day. Okay, bye.